Hey guys, it's Kurt from Wersi Club USA. In our last video, we compared the startup time of OAX by itself and then OAX launching Kontakt with a multi-loaded. And in the multi, we selected a couple of random instruments. We're going to do the same thing now, but we're going to use an instrument bank in Kontakt and compare that. So we understand most of you are not familiar with Kontakt, so let me tell you what you see on the screen. Over on the right hand side, you see two instrument banks, and there are 5 samples that get loaded. One is on MIDI channel 1, that's the first one. Underneath that, you see basically the same thing, but it's on MIDI channel 2. Let's go back to the previous video and look at the screen that we showed you, and you'll notice we have the same sounds loaded: a Hammersmith grand piano, a couple of jazz guitars, a steel string guitar, and an upright bass. The real difference, without getting into all of the Kontakt nitty-gritty, is how the MIDI channels and the program changes will integrate with OAX. So for now, the point is we're using the same samples. We're going to compare load times, and then in a totally separate video, we'll talk about how you work with that in OAX. Again, just a little review. If you watch the previous video where we compared OAX load time to OAX multi-load time, it cost us about 8 seconds for the organ to come up and be at the point where we could sit down and start playing. So let's do the same comparison, this time with actually 2 instrument banks loaded. So here we are with 2 instrument banks. Let's close the VST. Let's get ourselves back to the OAX Windows desktop. And here we go. Let's double click on OAX, and you'll see it start to load, and it's at 10%, and it's going to chug along. Let's see how long it takes. Okie dokie, it looks like pretty much 1 minute. So it was 41 seconds for just OAX. I think it was 48 or 49 seconds for OAX and a multi, and in this case, we loaded 2 instrument banks on 2 different channels, and it took 1 minute. So what have we learned at this point? Well, we didn't compare apples to apples. In our first case, we loaded 1 set of instruments on 1 channel. In the second case, we loaded the same set of instruments twice on 2 different MIDI channels. Now, what's going to work best for you? That's a whole nother video. Now, where the heck are we? Well, we've showed you a couple of different ways to use Kontakt. How you should use it is up to you. And we're going to do a separate video on how we think we are going to use it. For now, let's go ahead and close this discussion out. As always, thanks for watching.